Namaste. This video is about the current situation, about the rape which has happened, which is extremely saddening. And though the spirit releasement was done and she's fine now, but the thing is that the trauma which the body faces remains with the body and it affects future lifetimes. So a person who's raped would be afraid to be a doctor again, or do any profession. They might be depressed in the next life. They might feel attacked without reason. And usually past life therapy helps you get out of the trauma and be mobile and active in your next life again. But the basic reason for this happening, the karmic reason, is that you have killed someone in a past life, as in war or as a police officer, or you might have murdered animals because of some reason. You might have abused your servants. You might have thrown stones at pets. So, things where you are using violence to hurt others, which you are doing innocently without awareness, it comes back to you. Whether, even if you are right in using violence, suppose you are a soldier and you are killing people in war, even then that violence will come back to you and hit you at a time when you are weak. So that is very tragic. And then when we are hit, we don't realize that we made mistakes, because at that time we have not made a mistake. We have made a mistake in a past life where we were working for some king or queen or a mafia or a criminal gang or whatever our circumstances led us to. And at that time also we don't realize we are making a mistake by killing, because we are ordered and we are obeying orders. And in a future life, when we are hit back, we don't realize it, because at that time there is no reason. So past life therapy helps you create a link on why you are so depressed, and you go back to your life when you are raped or when you have been murdered, and it's very traumatic. And so the trauma is released through energy healing, and you come back to a level where you are working again. It can take 6 months, but you come back to a level, you heal, and you come back to a level where you are working again, and you can be actively involved in contributing to humanity. But the reason, one other big reason for these rapes and murders, is the education system, where there is more focus on commoditization of the woman or the man. There is focus on materialism and not spirituality. Children are not trained to exhale out their frustrations through meditation than using sexual heinous acts. So violence is in fact promoted, because you're always competing for marks, and violence is promoted by teaching the war history, teaching about how people killed in earlier lives to get their work done, how dacoits survived. So all this is taught. So people think that if they are they are drug addicts, if they are alcoholic, and their minds are not in reason, so then a person's rape can create a lot of chaos, and those people can be killed in encounters, of course, but the whole news focus goes on it, and it's a lot of trauma for everyone. But the more you focus on a problem, the more it is going to increase. That is the law of attraction. So if you focus more and more on torture, the torture is going to increase. Instead, you have to focus on how to save people, how to teach a better education system which respects people not as man and woman but as human beings, and teach meditation to children so that they can release their sexual frustrations on a daily basis. In our country, girls are not supposed to have sex before marriage, and boys are supposed to have sex. So, boys think they can get away with anything, and a lot of girls also have sex before marriage. So, but a lot of girls don't. So, boys feel frustrated, and they feel that they have a right to indulge in that frustration, which they do not have a right, because sex is always associated with emotions, and unless you can communicate emotionally and support a person emotionally, that person will not be willing to have sex with you, whether he is a boy or a girl. But if you force boys into having sex with prostitutes and casual sex just because you want them to work according to your convenience, and you want their hormones to be quiet, then they will get into heinous acts when they are free. because they don't know when not to have sex, when to take care of their emotions, how to self-love. All this is not taught to boys. So, other than the fact that it is very, very saddening, the fact is that our society, our education system permits self-hypocrisy, it permits self-cheating, it permits abusing others, and it cannot be changed unless you teach meditation, silent time, self contemplation, emotional management in schools. And it is time now that there is so much technology that we shift focus to meditation instead of making more and more advanced phones and cars, and there is need to focus on self therapy, self healing, emotional management, so that children know how to channelize their anger, how to channelize their frustrations. This has to be taught from class 1 as English is taught. Just as you learn to speak a language, you also learn how to manage your anger. And it has to be taught from class 1 to class 12 in different gradations, so that children learn that their anger can be managed. They don't have to yell and beat all the time to handle the anger. I hope this is an awakening call for the education system to improve. Thank you.